Prasarana Malaysia berhad menyambut baik keputusan kerajaan untuk merasionalisasikan kos pembinaan transit aliran ringan laluan 3 LRT 3. Projek LRT 3 akan diteruskan dengan kos 16.6 bilion, 47% lebih rendah berbanding kos asal 31.65 bilion ringgit. Prasarana Malaysia berhad menyambut baik keputusan kerajaan.
I want you so bad.
Assalamualaikum to Miss Fatana and my friend. My name is Nusharifah binti Muhammad Yusof. I will introduce about LRT3. LRT3 is the light railway transit line 3 project that want to connect about 2 million people between Bandar Utama and Klang by the year of 2024. This is the developed in the line in Klang Valley Land Transport Master Plan. This project is the key features in extending the rail connectivity to the western corridor of Greater Kuala Lumpur or Klang Valley. This project has been announced by Prasarana Malaysia on 2013 and expected to be finished on 2024. This project is owned by Prasarana Malaysia and started on August 2015, and the budget during that time is about 10 billion. LRT3 project, the length of project is about 37 km and still ongoing project right now. About 25 stations elevated and will be built on this project, and the gap between each station is about 2 km. The purpose of this LRT3 project is to increase the travel efficiency between 2 million people, so they can use this as their transport to go anywhere. But there's a lot of issues on this project. My friend will explain more on the issue.
Assalamualaikum Miss Fatana. My name is Laila Nabihar and I am going to present regarding the first issue of LRT3 mega project. The first issue arise in LRT3 mega project is sharp rise in project costs, where in 2015, the original estimated cost for this project is Rm 9 billion. However, in 2018, the project cost increased drastically up to Rm 31.45 billion. The Minister of Finance at that time, Lim Guan Eng, refused to add any additional funds to the project, but instead he asked Prasarana Malaysia to investigate and re-examine every details of the project to ensure that it is cost effective, because at that time LRT3 mega project is considered as unforeseen circumstances that does not guarantee any profit in return yet. There are also some other news reports stating that if the project is examined and reviewed thoroughly, the whole expenditure can be reduced up to Rm 6 billion. The Minister of Finance also took into account when in 2015, Prasarana Malaysia had tied a government bond Rm 10 billion as a cost and fund to cover up the project. However, it contradicted in 2018 when they applied for an additional Rm 22 billion. The Ministry of Finance insisted that Prasarana Malaysia must re-examine and evaluate the whole project expenditure to ensure that it is relevant and cost-effective. Thank you.
For the second issue of LRT3 is about the non-strategic locations of the LRT3 route. The location for the LRT3 was very important to enable people can use it easily, because LRT3 was built due to easy for the people to easy access with the public transport, and at the same time to reduce the cost of living for the people who live in the urban area. LRT3 route was made a non-strategic due to the complaint from the resident Shah Alam, Section 7. They want the route being realigned because the LRT3 want to pass through the housing area. It is including the recreational spot in the area. Before that, the first segment of LRT3 will be start to the Damansara Utama, Taman Kayu Arah Indah, Puncak Damansara Condominium and Dataran Prima areas. For the other segment, will go through Temasha, Glen Mary, Shah Alam Town Centre, UiTM Campus and ICT Station before ending at Bukit Raja. For the last segment of LRT3 will be started from Bukit Raja and ending at Johan Setia, situated in the MPK area. The resident wants the Ministry of Transport to reconsider about the alignment of the LRT3 route in the area involved. Besides that, the routes of the LRT3 was so close with their house. It will be affecting the peace and the quiet of the neighborhood around the area who have been lived for a long time ago. As we all know, the road should be easy for the people to access and not supposed to disrupt the housing area that will lead to traffic congestions. And even the road of LRT3 was not fully finished, the other problems was occurring due to the small constructions that had been done. It was involved the broken pipes in the sewer system that caused the bad smell that need to faces by the residents, and also face a problem regarding the water supply that was affected by the small constructions. It also added by the parties that was very slow to act according to the incident occurs.
Hi, Assalamualaikum. My name is Amra Balkis binti Muhammad Zaidi. So I want to talk about the third issues of the LRT3. So the third issue of LRT3 is the delay completion of the LRT3 projects. LRT3 is expected to be complete in 2024. This is happened because the government want to cut costs or save more costs by expanding the project. The expanding of this project will be causing more inconvenience to the residents, such as a massive traffic congestion near their homes. Moreover, the delay completion of this project also will waste another 4 years of revenue. If the government stick with their early plan by complete the project, follow the early schedule, they will be collect more revenues for 4 years. This is happen because the capacity of the passengers of LRT3 has been increasing and can generate more revenues to the government. Last but not least, the delay completion of LRT3 also will be causing mistrust of the residents toward the government. That's all from me.
The fourth issues on LRT3 project is uncertainty looms over LRT3 contracts. As we know, LRT3 project involved with high costs, and there will be a lot of contractors under this project. The main contractor of this project is MRCB George Cansinder Berhad and few others company such as Muda Jaya Corporation Berhad, WCT Holding, IJM Corporation Berhad, and few others company. However, during 2019, suddenly IJM Corporation Berhad been terminated from this contract, where IJM worked for underground work in LRT3 project. This issue give serious impact and shock to many construction industry because of the sudden termination, and the project is still ongoing. According to IJM Corporation Berhad, the cost of underground work has been reduced about 400 million, and this shows that the contract is still ongoing even they've been cut the cost. The preliminary work on the project has started before it is suspended on June 2018, and IJM Corporation Berhad is going to take action because they face loss when the project of 1.2 billion for underground project has been terminated. IJM Corporation Berhad received the termination from MRCB George Cansinder Berhad on July 8, while they just received the award of the contract on 13 March 2018. This happened because LRT3 project has to remodel the project partnership to fixed price model that make IJM Corporation Berhad need to be terminated from this project because due to finance ministry said that LRT3 project need to resume the total cost of 16.63 billion compared to the original cost 31.65 billion. This make the contract need to be terminated the company due to cutting the cost. This issue also had made cancellation on 2-kilometer tunnel and underground station.
Among the measures taken by the management of Prasarana Malaysia in dealing with the issue arise from the LRT3 mega project is firstly by reducing the size of the stations and reducing the capacity of the train in order to meet the budget and also the project cost. Despite by making such reductions, it is still subjected to the specifications that has been set in order to ensure the safety of the passengers. According to the Ministry of Finance, A station should be designed based on the actual need, that is to cater the needs of the passengers, and not based on any other unrealistic needs that can lead to the sharp increase of the project cost. The use of the 3-car trains of 22 sets is actually more than enough to cater the needs of the passenger and accommodate the amount of passenger per time in one day. Apart from that, the suspensions of 5 stations due to the forecast that the number of passengers per day is below than 1,500. However, it will be built progressively based on the current needs. Any improvements and redesigns of station should be in line with the standards of Kelana Jaya LRT line, and any improvement must be based on the actual needs and not unnecessary needs. All these measures have shown a decrease in the actual cost amounted to 47% compared to the original cost, that is 31.45 billion. This is a reasonable cost and good for long-term planning for the LRT3 mega project. Thank you.
For the second solutions of LRT3 is restructuring route LRT3. According to the issue regarding the alignment of LRT3, they will involve many costs and also many parties. According to the Ministry of Finance, Lim Guang En, they were stated that this LRT3 will being the shorter one that were connecting Bandar Utama and Klang will be done, but some of the final costs will be reduced due to the connecting between each station will be the shorter than the first alignment. All the stations that had been planned overall have 26 stations, but 5 from that station will be postponed because they will not have many passengers will use this LRT3 that can be considered as a non-strategic location. The involvement of the area is Lin Ho, Temasha, Sirin, Bukit Raja and also Bandar Botanic. This is clearly show that the alignment of the LRT was need to restructure again by placing the LRT3 stations in the strategic location to be able the people can use an easy access, also will give a benefit around more than 2 million people. Besides that, the tunnel that was being planned underground at Persiaran Hishamuddin in Shah Alam also will be cancelled due to the location was got objections from the various parties. The LRT3 station was near the housing area. There was being reported to the Ministry of Transportation to be able to consider again about the route by not entering the housing area in the project. The action taken by the government was to reduce people burden by taking a consideration to all the report and complaint from the various parties. It was to avoid any discriminations in running this program. They had been restructuring the route of LRT3 for convenience of all the parties.
For the third solution of LRT3 is invest more money for the yearly completion. As a citizen, we understand that the government want to extend this project because to reduce the cost. However, the expanding of this project actually will increase more costs. We increase more costs because the government needs to spend more on the workers and the sources such as water and electricity. The government just need to invest more on workers by recruit more workers to complete the project yearly. Other than that, by completing this project yearly, the resident will not face air pollution, odor pollution and noise pollution for a long time. The government can make the new plans or module for the construction of the LRT3 and complete it yearly. The government also can collect the revenues 4 years early if they stick to their current plans, to their old plans. Sorry. That's all from me. Thank you.
Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi ta'ala wabarakatuh. My name is Muhammad Nurizwan bin Rosli. I will explain the last points regarding to the solutions. The point is reducing in project costs. With effort to reduce the budget in the implementation of this project is also one of the solutions. On March 2018, Prasarana Malaysia Berhad has submitted the latest cost related to the LRT3 project, amounting around 31.65 billion. The Cabinet in its meeting approved the continuation of the LRT3 project with a final cost of about 16.63 billion. The total final cost was reduced by 47%, which saving Malaysians a total of 15.02 billion. This cost will cover all the project costs, including but not limited to work package contract, land acquisition, project management, consulting fees, operating and overhead costs, as well as benefit during construction. Among key steps taken to reduce and rationalize the cost of the project, including by reducing the order of 42 sets of 6 cars to 22 sets of 3 cars. Other than that, by reduce the size of LRT train depot construction due to the significantly reduced number of LRT trains, and streamline the size and design of LRT station based on the standard of the Kelana Jaya LRT line instead of being benchmarked compared to the much larger MRT station. And then the cancellations of 2 km unnecessary tunnel for LRT along with underground station at Persiaran Hishamuddin, Shah Alam, also one of steps taken by the project management. Okay, we proceed to the conclusions. The implementation of project LRT3 that has been made by the government is one of the good actions, especially in terms of national development. Naturally, with the increasing populations will increase the impact on the use of the public transport. This is due to the many private vehicles being used on the road that causing the traffic jam. In this regard, the people prefer to take a public transport to facilitate daily affairs. Indirectly, the demand for public transport facilities is high. Although there are some issues about the implementations LRT3, the government is able to solve the problems by taking into account in terms of various angles. Hopefully, with the existence of LRT3, it can develop the country as well as make the people live in the comfortable situations in the future. Okay, that's all for me, and then that's all for our presentations. Thank you.